Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum salam.
Just wanted to ask from the first lecture you gave about dua, what is the etiquette when giving dua? For example, being in wuzu, is there any other sort of etiquette you can advise? Thank you.
Sure. Ahsan. Alhamdulillah, we had 1 month of Ramadan, 10 sessions on dua, which are available, and they are also published as papers in a spiritual quest. So we mentioned some of the manners of dua based on the hadith. Some of the manners are like what you said, that although it is good to make dua anytime, even if you go to washroom, if you are without wuzu, always make dua. But if you want to get the best chance of your dua being effective, make wuzu, go to a place which is as much as possible pure, a place that no sin has been committed there, a holy place. Make your dua after Salatul Fariza, go to Sajda, give sadaqah before your dua. So these are the things that can increase the chance of your dua being accepted. But this doesn't mean that outside this you don't make dua. But if you want to have the best chance, use this. But never stop making dua. Whenever you can make dua, make it. Because who knows? Maybe that dua that you thought was not important, that is actually the most important dua of your life.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Assalamu alaikum.
I found your points about using rational and moral methods to achieve our objectives really interesting. I think that's something maybe we sacrifice in today's day and age, where it seems to be a little bit easier to achieve our objectives with perhaps immoral or unjust methods. In terms of, you said sometimes at the start, you said something really interesting, which was maybe even our mosques are not Islamic, even though they're labeled as Islamic mosques. How do we go about addressing issues within our own communities, but using essentially moral and just methods? How do we ensure that we don't come across in an unjust or distasteful way? Things like, a lot of the time we look at history and we see revolutionaries are always looked down upon by their community at that present time. Obviously in the future, then historically they're looked upon in a very good light. But your standard revolutionaries like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King will have been looked down upon at the time. Even Imam Khomeini was exiled for a long time before people viewed him as a hero. How do we create change within our societies without creating this distaste or without creating a problem, essentially?
Yeah, very good question. When you want to bring reform to your community, this is very delicate, because for sure it's not that always people appreciate or agree. People sometimes may think what you say is not necessary. Sometimes may think it's not even good. Sometimes may even think that this is dangerous. So there can be different assessments of what you want to do. I think we have to be extra careful whenever we want to bring a reform to community, because our community is, for us, very, very important. And anything that can divide the community, I think, has to be kept away for the right time. So you can always introduce your ideas. You can try to talk to people. You can try to, create sympathy. But never leave this cause division, separation, isolation. Because our unity is the most important thing. I have to be patient. Maybe I see something wrong. I can talk nicely, I can try to engage, but if I want to boycott and say, okay, I open a new center, there is no limit. Then another person opens another center. So we have to be patient. Like when Musa alayhi salam went back and saw Bani Israel worshipping this, calf, he was very upset. And Harun, his brother, was somehow maybe found to be responsible, because it seems that he took his head and beard. So he said, Yabna Ummah, La ta'khudh bil-lihyati wa la bil-ra'si. Son of my mother, wanted to bring affection, say, son of my mother, don't take my beard and head. إني خشيت أن تقول فرقت بين بني إسرائيل ولم ترقب قولي. The reason I didn't take very strong position against this was because I was worried that you say you divided Bani Israel and didn't wait for me. What does it mean? It means that even if some people start worshipping idols, we must be careful not to lead to division. Till either the right leader comes or right guidance comes. That seems to become 100% clear for us. So, you don't close your eyes to the problems in the community. You don't compromise, but patiently try to correct. Patiently try to create awareness. Division, no. I think our unity is very, very important. I many times tell people, if you disagree on something, don't do it. Because I don't think 90% of our projects are that important for which we can sacrifice our unity. So if there is anything that we disagree, okay, we don't fight over it. We wait till we come to consensus or to a peaceful solution. We have to remain together.
Thank you very much. There's two questions that have come from the sister's side. If I just read them both out, but maybe if you can answer one today and you leave one for next session, inshallah, based on your topic.
Inshallah.
So the first question is, can you please explain the authenticity of du'as in Sahifah? How do we know that these have not been tampered with over time? And the second question we had is, you said that not doing haram is not enough. We have to have a voice for the truth. Can you please give us examples of this?
So the first question, inshallah, we talk about it actually next week, about sanad of the Sahifah. The second, what I meant was, this is not enough for me as reason for my life, as my motive for life, that I say, I did everything I liked, just I made sure that I didn't do haram. I spent my money, my life, my skills, everything in the way that I wanted. Just I made sure that I don't pass or cross the borders. This is not enough. A mu'min should do everything for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the sake of goodness, for the sake of values, virtues. Ibrahim alayhi salam should be our role model. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. When it comes to us, maybe we can say inna salati lillahi rabbil alamin. Maybe. Even with that, we are not sure. Nusuki, maybe our rituals. But mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. And your mamat can be for Allah if your life is for Allah. Yeah? You cannot say, I only die for Allah if your life is not given to Allah. So, this is why I'm saying that I should be able to sense. I don't want to give report to anyone. Just between me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is my presence in this world contributing to the overall balance of good or not? Am I bringing any light in dunya? Am I helping people in their struggle for the truth, for justice, for values, for akhlaq, for taqwa? Am I helping, I don't know, families, communities? Am I helping educating people? Am I reducing suffering of people? Or I am just enjoying myself, but I try not to do haram? This is not enough that I just don't do haram.
Thank you very much.
Allah.
Alhamdulillah, that brings us to the end of today's session. Let's inshallah keep the attendance going strong for the future sessions. I believe next week there is a break. The next session is Tuesday, 18th of February. Please keep up to date with the emails. Just a request for those that have not registered. It's very important that you do. It helps us with